Hola muchachos, what's up everyone? Welcome to A Drive of Europe. My name is Max and today we're gonna talk about the top 5 tips I have for selling your car. Here we are at the unspoiled and beautiful place at Amundön, just outside of Gothenburg. And this truly is an amazing place. But let's talk about how you are gonna sell your car.
I'll be better off burning slow. I should learn how to get back in line, but I'm gonna take what's mine. Shake me, you can try and break me, but baby, you got it wrong. I won't play along.
Okay, so the easiest way to sell a car is just to trade it in at a dealership whenever you buy a new car. But that won't get you the highest payday. And the dealership, they have to inspect it, they have to clean it, they have to advertise it, they have to present it, and they still need to make money of that car as well. So to get the highest payday, you might just want to sell the car yourself. When I had my first V70 and was gonna trade it in for my second V70, then I called the dealership approximately 500 miles from here, and they said I could get 65,700 kronor, and that's roughly around 8 grand. They didn't see the car at all before. They didn't inspect it. They just took and looked it up and said, okay, this is what we're gonna get you. And of course they told me a low price, but I really wanted the car they had. So I drove up all 500 miles and just traded in my car. And later I found out they were gonna sell it for 40,000 kronor more, and that's quite a steep price increase. So, well, the best thing you can do is really to sell the car yourself, and I'm now gonna tell you the top 5 tip I have for selling your car successfully. Okay, to sell your car, first of all, let's talk about the right time to sell and the right time to buy. So the best time to sell the car is through March up to June, and that's just before the summer. Many people want a car for the summer and they are willing to buy at perhaps a higher price. So with that said, vice versa, it is kind of bad to sell the car in December until March. Then people are gonna recover from Christmas and all the Christmas presents. Well, first of all, and this is number 5 on the list, you want to advertise the car good. And what do I mean by advertising? Well, you need to take photos and you need to write something about the car. And most people have a phone which they are gonna perhaps take picture with. But I suggest that if you don't have the latest phone or don't have a good camera on the phone, then I suggest you borrow or perhaps loan a camera from someone that are gonna be able to take good pictures. Because if you are on a homepage and just scrolling through the cars, a car with a bad picture is something that the people who are looking at cars just gonna pass by. So you really need to make it stand out and look good. Number 4, price it right. So what do I mean by that? Well, all the people, everyone has an affection for their things. Even if you don't like cars, you think that your car might be the best and the most good looking, and you scroll through the pages of other cars and you see that, oh, my car is better. But you really need to compare the price. If you got a better car, then you might have to wait a little longer to having it sold. However, if you want top dollars, you need to do the research, go through car pages, home pages, selling and buying cars, and see what your car has an average and price it accordingly. There are free pages where you can evaluate and get a price comparison, not to your specific car, but you can look up the car manufacturer and the car type, and with the kind of add-ons you have fitted to your car, and see roughly around where you can price your car. If you have add-ons or something extra fitted to your car, aftermarket parts, then you might want to take that into the ad and write about it, because that might increase your chance to getting your car sold. Okay, so number 3 on the list. Well, when the ad is done and you put it on a home page, you need to distribute it as well as you can, and you can help your ad by getting out there and getting exposure by linking it on perhaps social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so on and so forth. And that really helps your ad just get out to as many people as possible. So whenever you reach this far, let's take a look at number 2 on the list. So, well, whenever you got this far, the potential buyer is going to come and look at it, and before they come and look at it, you should clean and maintain the car as good as you can. Of course, an older car might have some problems which you can't fix without paying a lot of money, but try to make it as good as it possibly can. And by that I mean that if someone is going to come and buy a car, that's a huge investment, even if it is kind of a cheap car. So you need to wash it and make it look as good as you possibly can. So let's take a look at some of those places where you perhaps need to clean a bit extra. For example, the pockets in the door, of course, and vacuum the floor, and in the tight spaces like this place, this is kind of dirty. And in between the middle console like this and the seat. Of course, as well as in the cup holders and storage in the middle console, as well as in the glove box. So let's head back and see whatever you can do in the back. Okay, so here in the back you need to clean, of course, the door pockets here as well as take out the child seat so they can sit and see that it isn't too cramped. Of course, vacuum the floor as well as the seat, and remove this protection for the front passenger and driver seat. Of course, the theme has to continue in the back as well as in the storage under the floor. And make sure to keep your car relatively clean, because no one wants to see or take the hands when they're going to buy a new car on a lot of dirt. Okay, so let's jump right into number 1 on the list, and this is, in my opinion, the most important thing that you can do to get your car sold. And that is to evaluate and think and anticipate the person you're gonna talk to. You need to think, is he a young guy? Is he a middle age? Is it a woman? Is it a man? Is it an older person? And really try to speak to their needs when it comes to your car. Well, let's take me for example. If I were an ordinary guy who was gonna buy this Volvo XC70 and someone is gonna sell the car to me, when I come to him and asks, can you tell me a bit about this car? Then the horsepower might not be the most suitable thing to start with. It might not be the 19-inch wheels. It might not be the engine or how many newton meters of torque it has. It might be that it is a practical family wagon for people with a couple of kids. So instead of talking about all that thing with the engine and how much horsepower and stuff like that, you might just want to leave that to the side and talk about the practicality of the car. Oh, do you have kids? Okay, do you drive long journeys and stuff like that? And might go with the practicality of the car. Like this car, it has a enormous boot. It has 3 seats in the back, which are extremely comfortable. You are comfortable in the driving seat. Volvo is one of those manufacturers that really puts the spot on the driving seats. It has adaptive cruise control, which helps you a lot in highway journeys, as well as radar and lane keeping assist. And that, my friends, might just sell you the car. Just thinking about who is the potential buyer of this car and what do they want with the car, and just leave the other things to the side and just focus on what their needs are. Okay, well, there you go. That's my top 5 things to think of whenever you're gonna sell your car. Like always, I appreciate it a lot that you're tuned in to the Drive of Europe. I hope this is informative and helpful. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you do want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. And I thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.